Sales letter strategies for new digital marketers. Let's talk about creating a sales letter for your product. When you're first starting out, you don't know how to write a sales letter. If you're just starting out, you don't know how to create a product, but that's really very easy to do. Creating a product is something that I can teach in half an hour, 45 minutes. You literally just outline your product, turn on your microphone, and start teaching from the outline. And you have a product. However, to learn to write a good, compelling sales letter could take 3 months, 6 months, a year. It takes many people 5 years before they get to the place where they can write a nice, compelling sales letter. That's years of doing the work. Learning how to write the words. Learning what to write. Learning how to write it. Obviously, if your background is in some other type of sales, then copywriting is going to be a lot easier. What I find is the very easiest thing for beginners to do when they are creating their initial products is to not try to write their own sales letter. Instead, to use software. One of the big core arguments here for people is, it won't say exactly what I want it to say. It won't tell them all about my product. Sales letter software will be able to tell them as much as you want. Because you can certainly customize all of the language. But one of the things that I find that beginners do is in writing sales letters is spend far too much time telling all about their product instead of all the other things that a sales letter should do. My experience has shown that your time is far better spent creating one more product than learning how to copyright your first month. Now, I want to be clear. If you're going to make a full-time living in information marketing, or you're going to make more than a full-time living in information marketing, then at some point you need to learn to write good copy. Now, I really believe that. Even if you're going to outsource everything that you do, I really believe you personally need to learn to write good copy. Even if you're not going to write most of your copy. If you know how to do it, then you can evaluate copy that somebody does for you. You hire a copywriter to write copy for you, go and read it. Evaluate it. You won't be able to do that if you don't know it. So, in the long run, I believe that you need to learn to write copy. In the short run though, and that's what this is about, because you want to get these products out fast. I believe you should use software. One way to find that software is you just search for sales letter software in your search engine of choice. I don't recommend doing that. Because there's a lot of software out there now that just as basically fill in the blanks, headlines, and all the different sections, and it just pretty much uses, in my experience, just standard sales phrases, and you fill in a lot of your own material, and I just don't like the way that a lot of that software looks. So, I'm going to recommend a couple that I believe very strongly in. And that is Brett McFall's sales letter software. I don't have a link for you, you literally search Brett McFall's software. Marlon Sanders has an excellent one. I have a client who used this and created an excellent sales letter. Those are the two I recommend. Certainly there's some other good ones out there, but these are the two that I personally had experience with. When I first got started, I wrote a lot of copy that converted really well with Brett McFall's software. I don't believe I've used Marlon's. I may own Marlon's, but I don't know that I've ever used it. I have, however, seen the work that it produces because recently a client created a beautiful sales letter using that software. That's what I recommend now, for long-term, learning to write your own sales letters. I recommend to go to the Copywriting Masters. I really do. I recommend finding Copywriting Masters and studying. I'm not going to recommend any one particular person here. I don't believe that the best way for you to learn copywriting is to just study from one person. I really believe you need to take multiple courses, study the great sales letters out there, and practice writing copy. Practice, practice, practice. Working it all together. I don't believe there's a one-size-fits-all, learn in 90 days, how to write great sales letters that do a great job of persuasion course out there. This is a belief. That's my belief. There are two places that I get that belief. Number one is my own personal experience. Number two is watching other people as they progress in their copywriting. The people that perform the very best. If you look at the great copywriters, so many of them have studied from so many different places, so much trial and error. And that's how they've done it.so. In short, use software to get going right now, today. Then learn to write your own copy by studying and practicing over time. There's one other type of sales page that has become pretty popular recently, and that is the video sales page, and a lot of folks are using the video sales page. They claim higher conversion rates with the video sales page. One thing that's beautiful about a video sales page is it doesn't take as much time to create. If you want to create something yourself. However, there is a formula that needs to be followed to make that happen. There's a few different folks out there that are teaching that process now. I believe Ryan Deiss has a course on this. If you're interested, his information is solid. I personally have never used video sales letters, and I run a multi-six-figure information marketing business. I've done so many hundreds of sales letters now, and they work, they really work. I believe it comes down to the copy, not the bells and whistles, which is why I really think you can get started with simple letters and focus your time on creating more products, adding in a membership or coaching program, etc. That gets the cash flowing, so that's what really matters.